What's up? What's up? What's up? We back. Hopefully y'all can hear us. So if I understood correctly, we didn't have any sound prior to. So if you can hear us, shoot me a text.
He said, shoot.
Shoot me a text. No. I think we left off with. Hey, okay, now you can hear us. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you, son, and wifey. You guys are very much so valued. Great part of the team, even from a distance. Thank you. Love you much. Stoke, what's going on? Stan was actually about to comment, but I believe we're gonna have to kind of.
Got introductions and everything. Start from the beginning. Take it from the top, ladies and gentlemen.
I just sometimes the brawl for it all. So that's what that we're not gonna do that though. But anyways, good afternoon again, people. Abstrakt Xcilence. Y'all know what it is. All up or nothing. Gifted out and tripping. Everybody is here except for Bree. Bree had to work. What's up, Brody? Forgot to mention that earlier. Everybody's here. Brian, just in case y'all didn't hear, it's Brian, Megan's brother, our pseudo brother, also part of Abstrakt. Can you show him that shirt real quick?
Of course I can.
This
Walking Redemption line. You can get it. Pursuit Tour 2020, April 18th. Location to be determined. Website coming soon, hopefully next week. PursuitTour.com with 2 T's.
and y'all already know about Pursuit Tour. Thanks to Miss Megan over here who came through and blessed us with that info first time she was here. Nutty, the Art nephew, Pounds,
Thank you.
Brick, Jacob and Jada over in the corner, and Stan the Man is out handling some business, trying to get things straight from whatever the technical difficulties were. So to catch y'all up, if you probably heard us, well, didn't hear us, but you saw our mouths moving and us having a conversation, we were discussing why the mother's role is seen as more impactful than the father's role within the household, even within individual households. Not necessarily competition or somebody's less or more, but just the role itself. You know, mother and father. Father is seen as the lesser of two parents rather than the equal to the parent or to the other parent. So for whatever reason, I don't know why this is this way. The question more or less was, why is it this way? Not necessarily, I don't understand. I get how, but why? Why is it? Yeah. Stan,
I think it's a lot of factors that play into that. Mm-hmm. Like, for instance, like we said, women always say the pain of childbirth. And every conversation that it comes to about children, a lot of it, the man is excluded, like he plays no part. Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of women don't understand in the process of making a child. The man literally basically goes to death's doorstep in order to produce the child. All the life energy hones into that one shot in order to produce that child. And the man gives multiple copies of himself in order to give you the spark for that egg to blossom. And the woman is woman makes the material of the child. But the man gives the child its initial spark and intelligence.
So I almost died 4 times?
Yeah. Matter of fact, every time you let one off, you dump it. You doing a dump of energy.
I'm out here risking my life for my family, man. You hear what I'm telling you? This is 4
absolutely.
times, man.
Do you guys understand what I'm doing? Twice, just my life.
Seriously though, like you give men give up life force every time they let loose.
And I get that. I mean, we joking, but that's actually part of these things like we talk about. I understand even the genetic carriers usually, man. So why is it that with so many things that point to not necessarily a male being more important, but at the very least equal to.
Right. It
goes. Why is it the mindset?
I'm gonna tell you, it goes back to women having a need for independence. But what the sisters don't understand is that even in slavery, the black woman had more rights than the white woman. The white woman started the independent woman movement and got the sister to be a bandwagon when she was never poorly treated historically. You know what I mean? And she always had more rights than the white woman. Sisters got on the I don't need a man independent whole movement, which was started by Daughters of the American Revolution. White women, European women who did not have, black women and Indians had the right to vote before the European white woman. And so they done started this movement. Our sisters done piggybacked on it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like everything has been in disarray since the mindset of the people is that we don't need each other because God created us as counterparts.
Okay.
So it doesn't make sense to me.
So now we're moving into some reality of what I was kind of trying to get the jog and the mind to kind of get into, which is it's really we are our own worst enemy because everything I do has a connection somewhere. So we talked about the 3-part series and male versus female, lust versus love dynamic, and I'm asking this question because if you're looking at it, here we go again systematically. It's the mentality that breaks us down.
Yeah.
Within our households, everything is about. If we can change the way we think, we can change our experiences. Period.
Right.
But we can't do that without.
I had one last point though, and my last point is that we missing our culture. Everybody else has their culture. Indians, people wed a certain way. You might have to get the father a certain amounts of silver. You might have to have a certain standard, certain dress, and everybody is groomed in their culture, and we don't have a whole culture, so we're not groomed to be wed to, in China, when you're a child, they try to match you up together according to your Chinese zodiac and a couple other factors, and then a lot of them have a lot more lasting type of situations because it's built on a science foundation and not just like mystery.
Are you saying you would do anything that I tell you to do?
What was that?
Bark like a dog.
What?
Coming to America. Coming to America.
I don't know what happened to him or what's standing.
Coming to America. That was a Coming to America reference.
Bark like a dog.
Man, I don't
A really big dog.
You don't remember? And then the shorty was willing to do whatever because she wanted to be the queen. And he like, I'm going to go find my own queen.
I have a question to kind of piggyback. Why does the woman, and when I say this, I don't mean all women, but why do some women downplay what men do? Is it for so they can look more independent? Because like you said, you brought up childbirth. I was there for both of the birth.
Yeah.
And when I say I was there, my first daughter went through I think like 38 hours, and then the next one went through 52 hours. I was there 52 hours straight, coaching, helping, holding. Everything that she had to go through, I had to physically help her do it. This is after coming off a 16-hour workday. But whenever we talk about it, my role play was, you was just there. I wasn't just there sitting
and
down.
that's hold on, because I got to get into the story. That's funny because this one's sitting over here, the boy here, Jacob Daniel. He was born, when he came, and again, I was there for all my children, not, the birth, all the doctor's appointments, everything.
Everything.
Every single piece, every single part. So like you said, all that narrative, I'm shattering all that. We ain't even gonna have that conversation. I'm talking to Shannon. I'm sorry. Jacob was, when he was born, the first 21 seconds of his life, he wasn't breathing. Like,
that's crazy.
And his mother didn't even know because she had, she pushed him. So I still remember, so the doctor, and they calmly did it, but it's like they hit this button, and then the team is 4 people coming quickly. They get him on the table. They start pushing the thing, and I'm like, and I don't know what's going on, but I know he just made no sound. You know what I'm saying? He made no sound, and she's still kind of out of it. And I see them, and I'm over here. So listen, that experience itself, that is not. So I don't get that narrative. Like he said, I don't get the narrative where your labor, you went through so much. Listen, come on, man. With hers, I was twisted. Go ahead.
Oh man.
She was born on 420. Yeah, but that's another topic. That's a whole nother show.
No. That's
part
of the show.
That on this type of show,
Now,
family show.
Our sisters use birth as an example. Women are strong because they go through pain and child labor and all these things or whatever. But a lot of people don't take a lot of things into account. For one, God made us for nature. You know what I mean? He made us to thrive in nature without a doctor's table, without halogen lights, it's too bright for the child, too bright for the mother, damages the mother and psychologically and the child psychologically because the hyper white lights. People not into that. And a woman was never designed to make childbirth on her back. But see, a lot of women won't listen to that because it comes from a man. I don't have vagina and I don't have the right to say. But if you study our ancestral culture, women took to lakes and rivers and streams and had water births with people going back to work because they getting the knowledge now.
So to have that
with relative ease, and what we don't understand, the European doctors, they're there for profit. They're not there to assist you. They're there to give you the drug because they want to make money. And they're doing more C-sections, more cesareans on black women than any other group. Because we just go for it.
And we play right into it.
And a lot of sisters like, oh, well, I don't know if I could push this baby out, blah, blah, blah. I'm in so much pain. They give you the drugs, the epidural. That slows down your function of pushing the child out. Now the child don't turn around and they say, yo, we got to cut you open. Not knowing that all these doctors get like a $10,000 bonus every time they cut you open.
So I'm going to say this. You're 100% right because... My first child.
And why they make you sign all them waiver form stuff for the epidural? That's what I always wonder. Well, see, sign your life waiver.
Neither one of my child's mother had epidural. So the first one, we were trying to have a water birth. But after I told you, like 20 hours of sitting in the pool and almost getting pneumonia because I'm sitting in the back freezing. That's okay. We had a doula, and she was on the same type. She was like, "No, you're not getting anything. You'll be fine." And she actually had her on her hands and knees. Like I said, she didn't have her on her back. My second child, she had her on a ball, on that like big rolling ball. She was literally on the rolling ball when the baby started to come out, and they moved her to the bed. But we actually had an African nurse. And she told her, "Baby, I'm going to make you have this baby." And she like the thing that she did was all natural. The pushing, the walking, the the rubbing on her back, and the breathing that you talk about. Yeah. So I do agree with you on the how the doctors make it into a more of a money and industrial thing instead of the beauty of birth. Because it was one of the most beautiful things I've ever done. There's nothing in my life I've done that was as beautiful as seeing my kids being born.
Amen. Right. And
so I agree with everything y'all are saying.
I was about to say, because we kind of
we've been taking it over.
Yeah, so we actually
we gotta fall back.
I mean, I'm not even getting on that. That's absolutely fine. I agree with all that stuff anyway. But so let's take it back to the original question. Why society puts this importance on the mother and the emphasis. So like you were saying in the beginning, simply because, people tend to show negative news. So what's portrayed is the fact that the father isn't there. So what you have, there's like 2 or 3 worlds though. There's the group who grew up with the father not there, the group who grew up with their father there, and then there's a group who don't know mama nor daddy, right? Right. So it's a mindset thing, and that's what y'all kept saying. Even with the childbirth, it's a mindset thing. So what we really need to talk about is how to fix the mindset of the women and the men. Not yet, got you. Now, here's the thing. I feel like, so women, y'all talked about the definition of a woman in an earlier show. And for me, the definition of a woman is growth. And a woman represents growth no matter what it is. Like when her man comes to her, even if it's her simply, like you said, being your peace and your solace, that helps you be peaceful. So when you go out in the world, you can produce, you can grow, whatever you're working at. When she has her children, she's at home, she's growing that child. She's instilling and enlightening. I remember that conversation. That child, so that child can grow. And then you bring her a bag of groceries home, she's going to grow you a dinner on that table. She's going to do it. That woman represents growth. So that's why the community, the society says that they are so important, but not to downplay the man. That right there comes from a mindset. So the question is, how do we change that mindset? Because not all women think that way. I have my father, but even if I didn't have my father, I would never say that men are out here just not being the most important part. Because for me, I want somebody to be a protector, to come and help me provide, whether he wants to be 100% provider or we do a 50-50, whatever we decide in our relationship. But so we have to work on the mindset of our women and our men. And women's lib, I'm going to tell y'all, I ain't never say I marshal women's lib, because if you want me at home barefoot and pregnant cooking, I got you. As long as you can bring in the money, we can take care of this house.
It's
I ain't never
teamwork,
marched for
right.
women's lib, none of that. But like, it's a mindset thing. So how do we get into these minds and make people see that maybe there is a better way? Why are they so independent where they have to down the man? That's because them people done been hurt someplace along the way
And
too many
I got a
times
comment, but I'm gonna
to
let
count.
Stan go because you
Well,
go
go
ahead.
Right.
Stan.
That,
I
but
got
see,
you, man. You
that
said
by
it.
virtue of what you just said, you kind of alluded to the man factor being more absent. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think sisters realize how much we get put off to the side being a brother. And your intelligence factor, naturally, by the nature of the man, comes from the man. A lot of information is not out there because the man is not respected. Point blank, period. Like, a lot of people come up on me the first time and they think, yo, man, this is fascinating stuff you're saying, blah, blah, blah. But it's been a line of men, serious men, that have always been teaching this same knowledge. They're not respected. And that's, you know what I'm saying, like we got Dr. Sebi. It took till Dr. Sebi died, you know what I'm saying, and you got all these people trying to live off his legacy and make all this stuff. This man been curing all these diseases since the 60s. HIV, AIDS, cancer, diabetes. You don't hear so many people I listen to, yo, I got cancer, man. I'm suffering, man. Yo, this man said you could take 2 herbs and cure everything in the 70s. And went to court for it.
When it became
Ain't
a
no
trend.
way that people still lining up for a white man if they respected the brother. Point blank, period. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. You can't tell me that. The man is not being respected. His contribution to his community and his people is not accepted and is not being respected. And you got a lot of brothers out here playing whatever role they gotta play in order to be with the sister. The sister want a dumb, sister want a funny guy, sister want a rapper, I'm gonna put that on. But any brother I come across, I can connect to him through intelligence. And we can travel all over the universe. Now a sister, ain't nothing wrong with the sister. We all
get loose.
Both male and female. That's what the Bible says. God made he and she them both male and female. So we got qualities of both.
Let me jump in. You know, okay.
All I'm saying is, man,
So listen,
he's on fire.
my brother just lit a serious fire. First and foremost, the problem is you don't want to admit to there's an order of things. It's an order of things.
Right.
I'm controlling.
You're admitting to that?
No.
I just wanted to know what you were saying. Like,
If there's a point, hold on, let me see. There's an awkward pause here. Listen, I'm controlling because I don't want to deal with certain things. Understand something. There's an order of things. I'm not caving to nobody not under God, period. I don't care how good your PUSSY is. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care who you know. I don't care what your last name is. I don't care where you come from. I'm a grown man at this point that's going to stand on my beliefs. And I'm going to walk in faith with what I believe in. So that said, understand to the world or whoever's listening, 1, 2, 3, 4, 700, don't really matter. You ain't got to listen. I'm going to do what I do because I understand from here who and what I'm following. I'm submitted to God and the word of God. Not in the sense of, oh, I'm holier than thou, but my man said it best. Listen, there's an order of things. And if you understand that order of things, you understand that one thing is certain. We all are born and we're all going to die.
For sure.
So what is the point? What is the principle? What do you want your life to be? I want my life to actually live forever, not necessarily in the flesh, but when people talk about me, I don't want them to say, oh, man, yeah, that boy sure could get women. That boy sure did have a lot of money. No. Listen, man, I was a great man. He did some great things for a lot of people. It was a little wild, a little off, but he got it done for a lot of people. That said, the problem in this society, like you said,
it's a mindset
it's
thing.
a mindset
So
because
how do
there
we fix
is no
that?
correctional order of things. I do things in my household, friends, family. I'm going through some of the things I'm going through because people say, oh, you just want to be controlling. You want to tell people we have friends that say this based on the fact that I'm telling you, listen, I want the best for you, B. I want the best for you. Find your lane.
Right.
Create your greatness. Be who you need to be because I ain't got nothing but love for you, player. Nothing but it.
Right.
So understand what I'm telling you. Listen.
Facebook Live.
I want you to be great at what you do. But you got to find your lane. Here we go. If you are willing to accept anything to be with a woman, if you're willing to accept anything to hop along, to get along with the crowd, to say, oh, I'm so-and-so, I'm from blah, 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 I got this, that, and the third. Oh, this the real XYZ. No. The real is what you look at in the mirror every single day and what you live to for your children. The example that you set for the people that look to you.
Yeah.
There's an order of things.
Yeah.
I will be whatever you say I am, but I guarantee you, I won't be complacent. That's what I won't be. Because growth is uncomfortable. So guess what? If you're around me, it's going to be a little uncomfortable. Come on.
It's uncomfortable right now. You made the place feel like
Bro, just shut it down right quick.
You get this back to Stan, because Stan.
Yeah, that's what
somebody,
go ahead.
Somebody's not fired up talk.
I think in order to change the mindset of people gotta get in tune with they self though first.
Yeah.
Like they gotta really figure they self out, you know, because you can't.
And people don't take the time to do that.
Yeah, you can't help someone grow if you can't grow yourself. So,
But if I love you and I'm telling you that, and you mad at me because I'm telling you that, who are you? Listen, I'm at a place that you aren't right now, right?
Right.
And if I'm in a place that you aren't, and you can rectify and acknowledge that. But you can't rectify and acknowledge the fact, listen, I need to humble myself and say, listen, bro, if you see something that I don't see, first and foremost, I can't see everything anyway because I'm inside of me and you outside. And if you love me, I got to trust that you love me. Love ain't, man, hopping along and getting along. Love is sometimes, listen, my nigga, you effing up.
Yeah,
right.
That don't make, listen, I love you enough to tell you the truth. And if you can't accept that, you don't need to be in my presence. I don't care who you are. And I speak that to the world. Mother, father, wife, cousin, aunt. Well, my dad's already gone. Rest in peace, Pop. So I take that back. But anybody, I don't care. And everybody sitting around here knows this point. And anybody that don't know it, again, understand it. Friend, family, foe, in between. Listen, I'm only cultivating energy that's going to make me better and uplift everything or not. It's all or nothing.
Okay.
All up or nothing. Yes.
Question. So back to the first question, to the original question about the husband, the father and the mother and the family. In order to get that mindset, what will it take for it to be a mass thing? Because what's happening
Men
is
standing up as men.
I got a little comment on that.
Once again, we're gonna have it. We don't have time for the accountability and teaching discussions because you know how we go back and forth.
Well, we've already been.
I don't agree with. I don't disagree
Stan
with that.
said it already, so I
But
ain't
I'm
really
right.
got
So
to.
go
No,
ahead, Stan.
Stan
Go ahead,
said
Stan.
what he just said about the man role. Like at the end of the day, like we gotta stop
cutting off
accepting
right.
fun for moralities.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, if you don't stand for something, you're gonna fall for anything. It ain't really that complicated. You make it complicated.
No,
Own your
everybody's morals
choices.
is different.
Okay,
That's true.
see, we about
So
No.
that's what I'm telling you. Everybody's
as
morals
a
is
man,
different.
pounds, it's not. That's not a thing that's gonna be different as a man.
It
Listen,
is. If you-
don't we
that's
all
what
have a
you
penis?
well-
Don't we all have a penis?
Yeah.
Stop accepting vagina for your penis for the sake of exactly what you know you shouldn't be doing. Because we have these conversations as men, fellas. I told Shorty, I told her I loved her.
And I'm telling you that if that's all
Everybody's
that somebody
on that
wants, or
level.
they feel that that's what gets them to their highest level, and that's their morality. They weren't taught that there's more out there than that,
Right.
or that you don't need that.
Now,
We're not doing that. Go ahead.
but I can interject. I understand what he's saying. I understand what both of y'all are saying perfectly.
Too, yeah,
Like,
you always do.
really, what everybody is saying, it's not even
Nice
necessarily
really.
like information or knowledge or intelligence. How do you create and cultivate that harmony amongst our people? How do you do that? First of
That's
all,
what I'm asking.
I can tell you. I done it with y'all. I done came to y'all houses and I done the same series of things repeatedly.
Mm-hmm.
Yoga, meditation.
Yeah.
I might say a whole bunch of stuff, but I don't expect you necessarily to understand everything I'm saying out my mouth. But what I make everybody do is yoga.
Yeah.
Why? And I make everybody listen to healing tones and bows
The bows.
at certain frequencies. How do you get people on one accord? They need healing. You got to give them the healing any way you can give it to them. I took them to the crystal store. You know, him and Art. That's how you get everybody on the same frequency.
Don't
What
forget Auntie over
what
the
the
job.
people are missing, because what I'm saying, with the stuff I be talking about, it's not like, oh, that really that deep. It's just our ancestral knowledge, which everybody else has. And that's the missing piece. That's the cornerstone that has been removed. Your ancestral knowledge. That's how you get everybody on one accord. Everything will start making sense the more you study yourself. The more you know about yourself, how you made, who sent you here. Because our ancestors wrote all this stuff down. Our problem is we take everything from a European perspective. They don't even have the same genetic makeup as us. They literally come from animals. You understand what I'm saying? They're really an ape. And we say we eat like them, we work like them, we live like them, and we trying to figure out why we having such a hard time.
Henceforth, what I was trying to say to you, it's not that complicated, because if you go back to the further and further you take it back, even when you make a culture, when our men stepped to the plate, there was not no democracy. Listen, this house gonna go down. This is the way this is going, and if you don't like it, go get the switch. That I can remember that from grandfather, and before then, you know, you got cultures that don't. I'm not with that. So they castrate for certain stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's us here. It's this opinionated culture where everybody's got some point of view, and because everybody's got an opinion, well, you may not live like they live. Listen, there's one way.
There's not one way.
There is absolutely one way, because there's one God. There's one way. And you can play around all you want to with all these multiple opinions of how you going to get to that way.
Right.
But there's one way. And the fact that y'all think it's more than one way is why these kids are being preyed upon. That's why they got you fearing and all these people being kidnapped and these women. What's the thing in the Bible that God... Women and children, right? So why are the women being preyed upon and kidnapped and the kids being killed?
Yeah, facts.
But all these people with all this faith and all this God
opinions.
and all these things y'all can see, because you got all these opinions and all these separate moralities.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's one God, one way. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Believe that you will reap what you sow. You cannot plant apples and expect to get oranges. So what you gonna do?
Right.
Get all of that.
He's shooting shots at you
I'm
with
not
the
arguing
apples.
you. I'm not arguing that point.
I'm not even arguing
But
with
if
you
you
at
have
all.
a family out there, if you have
That's an opinion.
but it's sometimes you can't change everybody
I'm
by
not
just
trying
going
to.
knock on their door.
I'm not trying to.
Then how does it work?
You
if
set the
can't change
standard.
them?
You set the standard by changing yourself.
Hold on.
So you're not hearing it. I'm not about to have all these opinions.
I
I'm
got
not
an
even gonna
example.
give them to them.
Hold on. I got an example. My brother Rodney or whatever, his best man out of Virginia, he just died randomly. It was a couple years ago, whatever. So he feels a responsibility, cause his man had 3 daughters, right? That's like his right hand man. Like he kind of a little off ever since he been gone. So he take it upon himself to go and do for his daughters, because, I mean, be honest, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of positive sisters out here, but the baby mama, she like whatever. You know what I'm saying? The houses got mold in it, all this crazy stuff or whatever. And he just like, man, I could buy him something to eat, I could take him somewhere or whatever, but they still got to go back to that place. And I can't really do nothing about pulling them out of there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, he like, yo, the mother don't want to do nothing, blah, 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 da, 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 da. So, you know, I gave him the spiritual starter kit. You know what I mean? People don't know, this serious. I gave him some sage. You know what I'm saying?
No,
when
I'm
you
good.
in there with the kids by yourself, burn
Already.
this sage.
I'm going to the store today.
All this negativity and yeah, the
Hey,
grandfather there, but he don't care and he be a little funny with the kids or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Boom, go get the sage. You got the sage. Go get the organizer. Go get the quartz. Go get the rose quartz. Blah blah blah. We started stashing this stuff in the couches and under the beds. And everybody just in good spirits now, but they don't know why. And me and my brother just sitting back laughing like, they getting it. You know what I'm saying? Like, people understand these spiritual things have an effect on you.
Energy.
Dramatic effect.
Energy.
You know, we are not physical beings per se. We are light beings. We are seeds of God. And we go through transformation twice a week. Everybody sitting in this room, all your cells in your body regenerate every 2 days. You make yourself anew every 2 days. And I listen to people all the time telling me how they can't change, how they can't be this, how they can't be that. You know what I'm saying? We got to use every method at our disposal. Some people you can talk to, they natural communicators. Some people need an experience.
Yeah.
You have to give them an experience.
And that's what I'm saying. When you moved away, me and Hody grew up in the neighborhood. We didn't choose for all the gunshots that we had to deal with. We didn't choose to be at school.
Word up.
What I'm telling him is that he's saying you have to do it. You know, this is the way.
I'm not saying
this
that.
is faith.
Stop saying that's what I'm
Our
saying.
faith.
That's not what I'm saying.
Hold on.
No,
Our
keep saying
faith
what
at
I'm
that
saying.
time. listen, our faith at that time was making it to the next day.
Word
You
up.
were gone. You had a chance to learn.
That's not what I'm
listen to me.
saying.
Hold up. You had a chance to learn and hone your skill. We had to do something completely different. He grew up with me. Ask him about going outside at night just to go to the store. How dangerous it was to go to the store to get his mother a Pepsi.
Pounds. That's not what I'm talking about. So I don't even know what point you're making, because that's
Lord.
not
No,
my
no, I'm
point.
trying to tell you that.
I wasn't making that
hold
point.
on,
What are you
listen.
trying to tell me?
What I'm trying to tell you is that you're saying you just have to believe in the faith. We
No,
had
that's
to
not
learn
what I'm
what-
saying.
telling you.
That's
Nah,
not what I'm saying.
What he's saying is you gotta at some point choose.
You
make a
gotta
choice.
own your choice.
You
I'm
got
not
a
saying
choice.
you have to
You gotta
believe.
choose
I get it.
whether
Trying to
you
play
want it
around
or
that.
not.
That's
and,
it.
and, and it will exist.
And
for
if you don't listen, if you don't make the choice, it's on you.
Until I left from there, there was no choice for me.
I grew up in the same place you grew up
No, you
in.
didn't.
I grew up in the same place you grew up in. I made the choice to leave that place because I was coming there every day. My mother allowed me to come, catch the P6, ride down the block, to the point I got tired of standing on the block.
You weren't there with us
Because
that
I
night.
got
You weren't
tired
there.
of standing
We had
on the
nowhere
block.
else to go, Foots. You moved away. You had a
You're
house to
you're
go
not
to.
here. I made the
No
choice.
matter-
I made the choice.
had no
when
choice
Ray
to
used to
move.
tease me and
We
say,
were
hold on.
kids.
When he said you're from Maryland, I made the choice to say, you know what? I'm not going to continue.
You still
Because
had a
I
different
had
household to go
you
to.
missing what I'm saying.
I'm not.
It's still a choice.
What choice did you have to get to go anywhere else, really?
You not.
You
Hold
said
on.
what choice did I have?
Didn't you go to Cali?
Yeah, I did.
And then you come back?
Yeah.
What did you experience in Cali?
Life.
How
a
old you then?
whole new life. I just graduated. I was 18.
But
Exactly.
but going through high
18.
school, junior high school, what choices did we have?
I was
as-
there, and I left in Dunbar Pounds. We were at the same time. He went to Cali when I
Look.
left from around there 18.
Yeah.
What are you
I'm
talking
telling
about?
you, we didn't hang together when you came around there.
You 3 years older than me, Pounds. You graduated
Yeah.
from Dunbar a whole 3
We
years.
hung together
That's
every
right.
day
Yes,
before
but what
that,
I'm
before
telling
you
you
went away.
is when I left, I didn't leave until after Dunbar.
Yeah. He left after Dunbar.
What are you talking about?
What
I
are
was
you
talking
in the
about?
neighborhood basketball games with
Son, I
us.
was
Yeah,
18.
he came back for.
I was
events.
18.
He wasn't there going through
Yeah.
all of the stuff that
I
we had
was
to do.
18
So, you
when I
understand what I'm
left.
saying?
He had to get home. Like,
Wait,
That's
hold
what-
on,
he
hold on,
had nowhere else to go.
Let's take it a step further. The only thing I'd ever known was Florida Park. And when my mother left, I did not want to leave. So every single day, even after I left Dunbar, when Dunbar was over with, every single day, I remember working at Value City, I would get on 2 buses, Slim. PT can call you right now and tell you PT would not let me ride home at night on the bus no more because I was coming down every single day. You weren't with us. Me, PT, Ray, Nutty, Slim, every day. We can call PT right now. Every day. He would take me uptown, and even if I was uptown, up Shannon House, every day. Because she can tell you this. Every day. I was down the park till I was 21, literally. When I stopped hanging down there on a regular, and it was literally because of the chick Tyra and Shannon that broke my heart, and I ain't want to be. So that's why I stopped
and
coming
you,
down there.
and you know who,
Now, we coming completely clean.
you know who actually opened my eyes and showed me it was another choice than standing out there on the block? My cousin Mike. Like everywhere he went, he took me with him. He
Right.
tried to show me something different.
But what did you do though? You had to make a choice, right?
Yeah, I had to make a
'Cause
choice.
you still could have came back around the way and
Yeah,
did
I had to
the
make
same
a
And
choice.
who was with you when you was with Mike?
You and Bree, yeah, you. And
So
Bree.
it took for someone else to like.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
No, it did not take somebody else. It took for him to make the choice that he wanted to do something different.
I wasn't even gonna go to school at the time. Like I didn't even want to go
Exactly.
to
He
school.
had to make that choice, Pounds. You
I
taking away
understand that.
choice. Choice is so big because we are.
I'm not.
This is
saying
why
that
our
we-
men
that-
are
that-
doing
I'm not
this.
talking about choices. That what I'm saying is, some of us have to be taught that there are other choices.
You don't. You're
That's what
not.
I'm
You don't
getting you to
get taught that
understand.
there's choices because you're born with that, Pounds.
So
Yeah.
what
All
you're
right.
trying to say
I
is
mean,
pretty
y'all
much
saying-
you're looking for exposure. It's
Right.
not
That's
saying
what.
that.
That's a
But
different
what
word.
I'm telling you is that
see,
everybody's not exposed enough to
No, I
say
got you.
that there are other choices.
no matter
Some
whether
people are
you-
saying this is my only
Okay.
choice.
I'm gonna play this.
That's
Whether
what
we're
we. But
exposed or
that
not-
is what we thought. That's what we
Thank
thought.
you.
That's
Until
what we
someone
thought.
came
Until
and
somebody else
showed us that there are other
Let's
choices
see
for
what
us
we're
to
gonna say
make.
back to this one.
Yeah.
Even without the exposure, you're exposed to nothing ever in life. You still have a choice to get up every day and do what? You that choice is given to you no matter whether you're exposed to anything. God gives us choice and discernment. So every choice you make, trust me, the court don't want to hear, I wasn't exposed to it. So what you think I want to teach my nephew? What you think I want to teach? Forget my nephew. What you think I want to teach that young kid out here with this gun? They feel like, oh, but shit, I'm from the hood. I ain't had nothing else. The same mentality that some people we know have with this enablement and excuses of, oh, I ain't had nothing else. I ain't know nothing
can't
else.
take
I
it
didn't
as
do.
excuses or enablement.
I know you can't.
And I'm telling you is that people are.
I know you can.
People need to be taught that there is more. You
Okay.
can't just assume that they know that there's
And as
more.
long as you continue to feel that way, and you're gonna have people that feel like, well, yes, what parents said, I need to be taught, and they're gonna take that thing and let you think that they're gonna hold your hand and walk through, because that's what they're gonna do. They don't want to be taught, because the person who wants to be taught seeks knowledge. You don't have to go press them
if
for
I
it.
seek knowledge, I want to learn, right?
If you're seeking knowledge, I don't have to hold your hand. You're going to follow it. Knowledge. If you want knowledge, somebody don't have to learn, Brittany. Learn, Brittany. I'm sorry.
You said yourself that you've enjoyed the transformation I've been making,
wanted
right?
it.
Right?
I wanted it for you.
But listen to me. No matter how
And
much
you wanted it for you. Forget me.
Listen.
Tell the truth. Go ahead.
I had to actually watch you go through what you were going through to say, damn.
Start with the question though.
What? Did I want it for myself? Now, at first, we talked about it.
Why
all
are
the
you
time.
even watching it?
Why was I watching it?
Yes.
Were you?
Yeah. Why are you watching it?
You was with me every day. I had no choice. You know, you was with me every day. I had no choice.
I was with people every day that weren't doing things that I was not watching them.
Something caught your attention.
Thank you.
Well, my kids.
And what would you want to do for them?
I wanted to move them and have them have a
better life, right?
But
Which is a
listen,
what?
I'm telling you, I had to learn it.
It's which
I
is
had
a
to
what?
learn that it can happen.
What is it? What is it?
What?
No, you didn't have to.
Choice
You
that
didn't have to learn anything. What did you always, when you had your kids and you looked your kids in the eye, when you looked Lyric in the eye for the first time, you said, "Baby, I don't know what I want to give you." That's what you said.
Yeah.
Y'all know what y'all talking about?
He can't.
What?
He can't do it.
Y'all
He can't
talking
do
about
it. He can't do
the
it.
7 laws of the universe. The first one is
Teach him.
mentalism. That everything is mental. When you set your mind to something, you attract it.
Sorry, we kind of took God's situation.
But I feel what both of y'all are saying though. You know what I'm saying? Like it is a choice, and you do need exposure. I think you definitely need
exposure.
both.
I definitely
You need
agree with
both.
exposure.
Cause like I play with people all the time, like Baby Boy. You know the movie Baby Boy. Cause I just like to point out that it's a more in that movie, and nobody notices him the whole time.
But also, a lot of people don't know the value of their self too.
Yeah.
They don't.
And that's what I'm trying to
Because
teach.
at the end of the
That's
day,
all.
Word.
I knew I
That's what
had.
you're trying to
Listen. I'm gonna tell you a funny story real quick. I knew I had to get away. I knew I had to get away. Like my wife, she was taking me to go get a car, right?
You don't get to teach him without choice.
She was taking me to go get a car, right?
Right.
So I was around the way, and I was hanging
No
out.
choices first.
One supposed to be hanging out. All of a sudden, shots ring out. I'm running behind the buildings. Guess what happened? Dropped my wallet behind the buildings. I'm going to get a car the next day. I ain't got no wallet. I'm like, oh, shoot, my wallet at? So I had to break down and tell wifey, look, hey, XYZ, I need to go back here and see if it's back here. You know what I'm saying? So I at that point, I knew I had to get away and stay away. You know,
had to make a change.
I had to make a choice.
Word up.
You know.
So hold on. Now I'm glad you used that example. Nobody was around to teach you anything, Nutty. Not anybody. Hold on.
Be quiet. Nobody. When nobody was around, but when I explained the situation to wifey, she just looked at me and was like, "Really? That's what we doing?"
Man, that's the initial reaction.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh.
So at that point, right? At that point, your experience made you seek something. What?
Different.
More, yeah.
Because you learned from that experience, correct?
No, you can't learn from the experience without seeking something different.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the next show.
Oh
Hold on, let me teach y'all something real quick. As we say about teaching. So
Don't use my word.
we have friends and family. They say they want things, and a lot of people want a lot of stuff, right? Right? They want a lot of stuff.
They want it easy.
They want money. They want fame. They want a wife. They want
They
kids.
could talk.
They
People
want a
talk a
husband.
good game though.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
want a
They
lot
talk
of
a good game.
But this is the clutch to wanting, right? It says you'll reap what you sow. Growth is uncomfortable. But you don't actually get to that until you absolutely choose to better yourself. This is it. No, this is where he.
No, don't point over here.
This is
Stay over
where
there.
he is correct. I give him his credit. You're not going
11-7.
You're not going to know or figure out the best version of yourself without being taught certain things. This is an absolute fact. But you have to make the choice at the very beginning to say, listen, it's got to be something more.
I agree with that.
And if you agree with that, then we can't have an argument because that means the choice is
You
first.
listen.
That God is giving choice and discernment first, and that means that you have to make the choice to want better. And once you make the choice to want better, of course you're gonna have to learn because nobody has everything. They're not born with everything. But I'm telling you, that life is choice and discernment. And when we make the choice to want better and to do better, as Brody would say, the universe will start to make itself in your favor. It'll start to roll in the right direction. And if it's not, then it's because you aren't making the choices.
I'm
to
only
do such.
not
This
going
is
to
a
say
fact.
anything because I don't know how much time we got left on the show.
He's not gonna say
So I'm
anything.
going to let
Listen, Pounds
Brittany
does
and
not
our guest
care.
talk.
If y'all looked at our shows before, Pounds don't care about what time left. He was talking about heck, the show going on. He's lying to y'all. He has nothing else to say. And he's thinking right now.
No,
because
he's
he was not there.
trying to keep me quiet, okay? He's trying to silence me. He's trying to silence me. Go, please, someone, Brittany, your turn. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Facebook Live, how y'all doing tonight?
He said I was trying to silence him. Hey, look, go ahead. Anyways, moving on.
Oh man.
Megan, I'm sorry, because you was over here like,
I mean, I was laughing. It's okay.
I'm sorry. We didn't took over the show.
Actually,
like we do
no,
sometimes.
I
Go
agree
ahead.
with both of y'all. I really do, because I'm a big supporter of experiences, and then you do make the choice after you go through the experience, because that experience is probably that monumental moment that forces you to choose. You have to go through the experience, because it's simple. I mean, keep it with people who are in relationships. How many times can you pick the same woman who does you wrong, does you dirty the whole time, and finally one day you do say, after all them experiences, I ain't doing this no more. No. And what do? You go outside your box and you try something different, and you find that woman, she gives me everything that I need to complete me, to does this. Same thing for women when they date their men. Or even simple, same thing with just living your life. You, whatever you're doing on the corners and all that stuff all your life, finally one day something happens and you find yourself in a situation where you're like, I ain't doing this no more. Why I gotta go tell my wife I lost this because I dropped my wallet running from bullets and things? Like, I ain't got time for that. So one monumentous moment. The experience is just as important as the choice. Yes, you do have a choice, but you have to go to the experience. That is what teaches you that there could be something better. Because some people don't know that there isn't anything better. They don't know. Some people don't know. Okay? It's cool. It's cool.
No.
But
this is actually giving him some credit. See? And see, maybe this is why we're not strong in the community, because I got to deal with him. But, so, I decided and thought about something. All that time you weren't coming out, and you know why we weren't hanging together? Because I thought the guys that I was hanging with, and I'm not going to say their name, but the different guys that I chose to, hang with, because I thought they were teaching me something that I needed at that time because...
They were teaching us survival skills.
Yes, okay, survival skills.
You were, though.
So instead of playing ball all the time, I decided to hang with them. But you know what? It wasn't the right choice. That's how I ended up back with Hody and Jermaine and Bree Love and PT and all them, because, I mean, I hate to say it, most of them are either dead or locked up for maybe about 2 or 3 of them.
But
the rest of them are like
that
dead
for
or
you,
locked
right?
up for,
But those experiences did that for you, because most of us, when we make the wrong choices, the wrong choice always feels and looks so good for so long until it goes downhill. And then we say, I'm going back to my friends who's doing something else.
Life is what, Pounds?
Okay,
Life
okay.
is
I'm going to say this one time, y'all get this. Life is the only thing that gives you the test first and the lesson after. So basically what I'm saying is that you'll go through it and be like, oh man, I should have done this. But you get the I just try to tell them I'm the one that brings Jermaine out. If it wasn't for me, Jermaine might be half of his shell. And Stan said that. Stan said that.
Go ahead, man. I don't even know what to do with this dude sometimes.
No, I mean, I think it's you literally. What's funny is both of y'all saying the same thing. Y'all just refuse to mash it together.
That's it. He needs me.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, y'all was saying this. I was sitting over here like they saying the same thing.
Similar.
But somebody just
They just like to be argumentative with each other.
Yeah.
I argue with you.
You argue with
I
everybody.
pay you no mind.
You argue with my kids.
I pay you no mind.
Jacob over there. Jacob was ready to hop in right there because you argue with him. You talking to my father? He was ready. Yeah. He was ready.
So we just all agree that it's a mindset thing and everything that's going on.
Yeah.
But what we never figured out is how to change the mindset. We all
That's
agree
the
with
problem
that.
is that.
I think
but we
everybody's
can
gonna
work
have
it out.
Brody, I'm sorry. Hold on. They taking out their thunder. Brody did give us.
I was
Yeah, hold on. He gave us the actual baseline for where we started. He did.
But see, the only problem with that, and this is not, is that people would think that the knowledge that Stan is giving and talking about is crazy. They won't take the time to actually see if it works, because it took me actually sitting down and listen to Jermaine. The stuff you tell Jermaine, people come back and tell me, and I'd be like, man, I don't know what you're saying. But then you sitting there and explaining it, breaking it down, asking questions. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the people who don't know Stan is an ultimate teacher. Because he doesn't just speak to you, he asks you questions, he makes sure you understand, he'll define a word for you.
So, to what you were saying, right? What? When I say it's an order of things, once you start to understand, because I used to get frustrated, basically what you're saying, right? So if I would take what you say to me and say the exact same thing, say it to him or say it to him, like, why didn't you not listen to me? But then you go listen to Stan, but I'm the person that you know what I'm saying? So listen, what I realize is there's an order of things. Even when I told you that I had to have that epiphany of meditating, like, you know what? I was created as a leader, he was created as a teacher. Like, we can't do this without one another, first and foremost.
That's a
but
fact.
Secondly, like, it takes, that's his gift. It's like the LeBron D Wade thing. LeBron said, like, that's his gift. This is my gift. This is your gift. Okay. Once you start to understand that and don't get caught in peeking over the fence, well, oh, man, so-and-so getting all this attention or so-and-so getting all this money. Maybe I need to do what they doing. No. You got to figure out every day how to hone that gift that's inside of you. And it may be, my gift may be smaller in terms of volume right now because I'm just honing mine and yours or the making. But I have to have faith in the process of growing that gift and understanding, even though it may be a little uncomfortable growing in it right now, because Stan out here flying and Pounds out here running to top speed, and I'm just sitting in here like, let me read this book. You know what I'm saying? So it gets difficult, and I think that's the thing. It's getting ahead of yourself. But once we start to understand, we all have a lane, and then we can be great in our lane. But in order for us to really truly be great, we connect. When we can connect and unify.
Right. And that's what we have to do, because talking to Stan has opened up talking to you has opened up my faith to listen to what Stan actually has to say. That actually,
I got it now,
that
though.
Even listening to Megan, a year ago, if you started preaching me about anything about God, the Bible, I'm like, I don't want to hear that. That's your book. You keep it.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I didn't know the actual difference between religion and faith until I started meeting you guys, and meeting,
spirituality.
Yes, Megan, and talking to Brittany. Like, everything has changed for me. Like, it's I have more fun. I know that you have to fight on people there, but
glad you found your way.
Excuse me, excuse me, you long guy. That's assault, right? I didn't tell you to touch me. So now that we have that on camera, I'm gonna take over the show. I need 75% of this.
Glad you found your way, man. Glad you found your way.
Right. I mean, with the
but you had to deal with it for about 25 years, so I'm surprised you still my friend.
Don't make these people think that you really, you still kind of I don't know, but
all that came from teaching. Thank you, Stan.
Respect.
Teaching.
He still had to get something in. At some point,
I don't have to.
Okay.
It's 11-5.
Okay. 11-5. Go down to 5.
I took 2 points away because I don't think
I'm not even telling him no more. Nephew, you've been sitting here laughing at us all daggone day. Go ahead, man.
Y'all the crazy uncles over here.
Basically.
Right. I mean, I just had a question pop up. You talking about connecting, and so how do you connect my generation and breaking the cycle when we all stubborn and we all just follow?
Well, you know what? Hold on. I'm about to say I'm gonna get that to somebody else. I was gonna pass it to Brian on the whim because he said nothing.
See, I'm gonna come back to that missing cornerstone.
Okay, Brian,
we don't relate to one another because we living on a current timeline. Everybody else is living on an ancient timeline. They know about all their ancestors going back. They have points of relation. Like a father, a European father, you know what I'm saying, is telling their child war stories from history. And that's how they relate. Like, you can't find a European child that don't know Charles the Hammer. You know what I'm saying? You can't find that. But, and you know what I'm saying, like, a lot of us will say, oh, we black kings and queens and we rulers, but most of us can't name one. Mm-hmm. See what I'm saying? There's no point of reference for anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, one thing they say about our people, like, in the 1940s, they did psychological testing on our people, and they said that our people was dumb, deaf, and blind. You know what I'm saying? People think the word dumb means stupid. You know what I'm saying? Psychologically, the word dumb means that you don't know who you are or where you come from. so you don't have a natural point of reference. So you're a troubled learner. Like
Okay.
everybody's seen the movie Dumbo,
Yes.
cartoon. And Dumbo's flying around like a bird because he was raised by the birds in the circus, but he was an elephant. He did not know who he was or what he was supposed to be doing or his true nature. So he was just taking on the nature of everything that he was experiencing, people he was being around.
Isn't
so
that what we do today anyway with social media? It just kind of, I'm sorry, I just clicked in my head like, hold on, that's social media? Hey, we take everything that's put up, we become it. You know, new filter. Oh, new situation,
new challenge.
Hashtag,
we got to do
new
that.
Challenge, new 10 year. Oh, everything. I mean, we become it, right? That's what we are, black people. R. Kelly is guilty. 20 years ago, we knew this. He's guilty. As soon as it hops on, we always right there.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying like.
We're not even going to have.
You're not going.
We're moving on side. Oh, okay. So we've been going. We had some little technical difficulties. We got lost track of time.
Then we had an argument. That I won. Hold on. I do want to say this because I do shout out a lot of different numbers. Can you explain what I mean by 11 to 4?
No, I cannot. Anyways, I love y'all. Jay, come here quickly, baby. Quickly. Shout out to everybody. Much love. We'll get back at y'all. Y'all know everybody. Abstrakt Xcilence on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, etc. YouTube. Make sure y'all tune in the channel. Pounds, Brett, Megan, Ryan, Nutty, Art, Jacob the Jeweler, Stan the Man. We out of here. Good afternoon, good evening, good night. Jay.
This my winning season, flexing on my demons, You always scheming, wasn't down for no reason, I moved this whole season. Michael Jackson, Billie Jean, and I came from the bottom of the pot. When I got saved, I was on the block. I got local bags in my sock. I got bagged by undercover cops. Up the street from the parking lot. On the way to the barber shop. I'm just grateful that I made it out and see myself off the paper route. Still got homies living in the trenches. I feed homeless women on the benches. We treat all year like Thanksgiving. On the block, I made a great decision. There's somebody tell me I ain't winning. I got youngers changing how they feeling. Instead of telling them to stop sinning, I just show a better way of living. They still dug a 12, still bust shells, still bust sales. Look at them numbers on the scale. Me, I'm dug a hell. Try all the one I feel. I say I turn a wheel when I win my life on the scale. Went from dug a 12, now I'm dug a hell. Many times I failed, many times